Hello, my name's Karl-James Langford, and I'd like to tell you that back at the end of the 1980s I formed a registered charity called the Barry Museum Association, and I was still at school, and we did receive support from a very notable person, Bob Hope, and he was going to come over here and do a benefit concert. But I was still at school back then, and got into my teenage years. We set up various fundraising events, and we raised up to about £5,000, and we had in our committee the likes of Len Gerry, who used to be involved with the Barry Men's Forum, and we had notable historians like Jack Stevens, who was absolutely wonderful. He's no longer with us now. And there used to be Yori Prothero that used to come along with his wife, and we had a very small committee. But in 1993 I decided to call it a day with the Museum Association that I established as a charity, and by that point it was the Vale Museum Association, so I handed it over into the capable hands of somebody that had come into the committee earlier on in 1993, and then the rest of it is history. I don't really know what happened at that point. I'd moved away, and that's it. I live in the town, and I teach, and I give various walks and talks across the whole of South Glamorgan to do with archaeology and history. I've got a master's degree from the University of Highlands and Islands in archaeology, and this year with my Barry class we're writing a wonderful publication, and I'm putting together a couple of other publications that should be out this year. The one thing that we do on a Tuesday and a Wednesday is look at the archaeology of Barry and the history of Barry. And what we thought is that alongside the Portable Museum campaign that we've been running for about 10 months, and we've raised £2,000 for the Portable Museum campaign, which will be based in Barry, we thought now is time to establish a museum group, a museum association for Barry, and we've got already the fund for the Portable Museum Association, which will hopefully eventually offer a museum that will be in a vehicle that will be based in Barry, so that will be the Barry Museum for a time. But what I'd like to do is ask for your support. I'm organising a meeting that will take place on the 20th of February, which is a Wednesday. It'll start at 6:30, and it'll be at the Canonhill Artspace, which is at the rear of Cannon Street and St Nicholas Road. And that meeting will be to formally set up a group that will be to specifically look at a Barry museum, a Barry and District Museum, very important. And if you want to be involved with that group, we'll be then meeting every fortnightly on a Wednesday, and it'll be a fundraising event, every week. So we'd ask those that can afford it for the meeting, if they pay £5. If they can't, their own wage. If they pay £3, and that will develop a fund. And hopefully, with discussing what we need to do with fundraising and the direction we need to go in, try to work out what exhibits we need initially in the Portable Museum, and then in an actual museum itself. The main thing is to have a museum in Barry, funding has to take place. It's not going to come from the council. As much as people want a museum to be funded by the taxpayer, that's just not going to happen. It hasn't happened in 100 years. It's not going to happen now. So it has to be done by asking for public subscriptions and public money. And if Archaeology Cymru can get together a fund of £2,000 in under a year for a portable museum, I'm sure we can do something to raise a fund in Barry to get everything sorted for the day that we can exhibit the wonders of this wonderful town and district to the people for the town and for people outside the town. A lot of people moving into Barry now don't know about the history. Let's get them and you educated and your input into our wonderful heritage. This is Karl-James Langford. Hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday, the 20th of February at 6:30 at Canonhill Artspace. Thank you.